Welcome back to Learn with Wanja, and today we are talking about how to create gigs on Fiverr. My profile is about virtual assistants, so I want to create a gig for virtual assistants. And we have the first step is creating an overview. Number 2, you price your gig. Number 3, description and frequently asked questions. Number 4, requirements. Number 5, gallery. And finally, we publish our gig. So my title, I've said I'll do virtual assistant tasks. And then category business, I want to be a virtual assistant. So you'll note that on every tab, we have a video description free given to you by Fiverr, so that in case you get stuck, you're able to watch the video and understand how you're supposed to go about each and every step. So my language, I've chosen English. You can choose as many languages as you're conversant with. After that, I've chosen my keywords. You can choose up to 5 keywords so that if a client or a buyer types that word on Fiverr, you can be among the sellers that pop up on their screen. So here are my keywords. You can use keywords that match your gig. I save and continue. After that, I have pricing. How am I going to price my gig? So this is what I've done. This is my basic package. I'm saying 2 hours of customer engagement. I'll do 2 hours of email management, data entry, cold calling, copy and paste in 2 days. Days of delivery depends on how many days you want. My own is 2. You can choose as many options as matches your gig. And then hours of work here. You can choose the hours you want to work. How many revisions are you going to do? What is your pricing? So myself, I'll put $20. So you find that if you overprice, clients will not want to work with you because you might be above their budget. And if you underprice again, clients will also not want to work with you because they will wonder, why is this seller not confident on their skills? Why are they underpricing? So do not underprice and do not overprice. Just have a reasonable price of your gig. Extra services, I'm saying I'll charge $5 for each additional 1 hour of work given by my buyer. So you can choose whatever criteria you want. And then I've chosen extra fast delivery. If you want me to deliver in 1 day, other than 2 days, as my gig states, you'll have to add $10 more to my $20 here. So that means if I'm delivering in 1 day, you'll have to give me $30. You can add as many services as you are wishing to offer as extra services. And then once you're done, you can go on. The other thing is description. So you need to describe yourself in a way that the world will get to know who you are. So I've come up with a very good description here on what I'll do as a virtual assistant. And I have a limit of 1,200 characters, which are very well utilized. So this is what I've done. So that's why I said you need to sit down and be very clear on what you want to do. Write it down, make some short notes, evaluate yourself. What gig do you want to offer, or what services do you want to offer on Fiverr? Okay. So if you want to add an FAQ, you can. If you don't want to, then it's still okay. It's optional. But you can always add these FAQs later on. Then we have requirements, which is a very important part of a gig. So we have some Fiverr questions that will be given to your buyers automatically. Number 1, is this order for personal use, business, or a side project? So they have 3 options to choose from, either business, personal, or side projects. Which industry do you work in? They have their choices there. Is this order part of a bigger project you're working on? You can see that, the options there. So my question that I've added, I have asked, what specific tasks or projects are you looking to delegate so I can tailor my virtual assistant services to meet your needs effectively? So this one I've not given choices. I want my buyers or clients to explain themselves so that I can understand their work or what services they want to be offered by me. So that is it. You can add as many questions as you would want to. And then, so my buyers will get the 3 questions from Fiverr and these more questions, or as many questions as I would have put on that gig. On to the next step, we are talking about gallery now. So you need to showcase yourself out there. Myself, I've just made a sample image from Canva. One of these good days, I'll do a video on Canva, how to make wonderful graphics using Canva. So in your images, make sure there is a profile photo of you, a very professional and a good photo, and explain your gig in few words or very straight to the point. You can add up to 3 images here. Myself, I've just done one for the demonstration. And then you can record a video explaining your services, which is also very, very important. Prioritize that one too. And then you can attach some documents of some work you have done, especially for graphic designers. If you have made a very beautiful graphic, you can add it here. It showcases some of your amazing jobs that you've done. If you are a VA, you can look for something that will represent a job that you have done, or whatever job, whether you are a programmer, you can put a sample code. Yeah. So when you're done with that, we go on to the next step. Now we are in the publishing stage. You're almost done. So what we need to do is, one, we need to do an English skills test. And then we can also verify our phone number if you hadn't verified. So I'll do this and then we go on. So I'm only one step away from publishing my gig, and the only thing remaining is to do an English skills test. Depending on what gig you're publishing, you might have something like this or something totally different. So this is what they're testing, and it will take 40 minutes. You can see the instructions over there. And you are told to use Chrome or Mozilla Firefox with these features. You need to answer at least 70% of the questions correctly. Yeah. Attempt all questions. Questions are displayed one at a time. There is a 1-day period between test retakes. You can only take a retake, a test twice in a 3 months time window. This is something you need to take very seriously so that you don't mess up on it. But it is basic English, so it's very hard for you to fail in this test. And so we will start the tests. I've successfully created a gig on Fiverr. You can create as many gigs as you can. So make sure you create your own gig, create several other gigs, and just wait for the response on Fiverr. Sometimes a gig can be rejected, sometimes it can be approved. So if they reject it, you can try creating a different gig and see if your services are going to be appreciated. So there we go. That is how you create a Fiverr gig, and that is how you do an English test on Fiverr. And all I can say is all the best as you become a Fiverr freelancer or a Fiverr seller. And until next time, stay tuned to Learn with Wanja, and bye-bye.